Okay, Mayor Nirenberg, I'm calling this the lightning round. We're going to talk about each one of the topics in the 2025 challenge and just share with us what comes to mind as we talk about them. So number one, transportation.
First thing that comes to mind is VIA, Metropolitan Transit. We are building our first mass transit lines in San Antonio, the Advanced Rapid Transit System, and so it's an important part of our transportation future.
Awesome. Water.
The Edwards Aquifer. The reason why San Antonio is here is because of that underground water source, which is the largest single source aquifer in the world. It is our great blessing, and we should protect it. Indeed.
Food insecurity.
So I see a cart there, and so the first thing that comes to mind is HEB. They are the backbone
world known around the world,
yeah.
I think.
Well, yeah. They're kind of the backbone of food security here in San Antonio through their distribution and charity events, but also their business. And so, you know, my wife works at HEB. Their motto is Feed Texas. It's exactly what they do.
And I'm reminded how quickly HEB responded when the pandemic began, and they saw it coming.
No.
They saw it coming and were ready for it.
That's right.
Digital inclusion.
Well, one of our big partners, and the first thing that comes to mind is AT&T. They are a big partner of our digital inclusion strategy as we're building out broadband all across San Antonio to really bridge the digital divide. They've been an incredible partner. We've got other private sector partners as well. Spectrum, Google Fiber is a big presence here in San Antonio. So I don't want to leave them out, but AT&T has been a real force behind our digital inclusion efforts.
Sustainability.
Well, there's solar panels there, so the first thing that comes to mind is solar power. It is, harnessing the power of the sun, which is fully and freely available to us. San Antonio is the #1 solar city in Texas. We're #5 in the nation in terms of total solar generation, and we're climbing up on that list. It's also creating jobs for us because we produce solar panels here in San Antonio. So, solar.
And when an issue like that also leads to jobs, that gives it momentum, allows it to grow. Environment.
We just talked about him, Howard Peak. He's on my mind lately, obviously, for obvious reasons, but the two biggest initiatives that were passed in 2020 that have continued to this very day in various measures that I've been part of and have helped champion are the Greenway Trails Initiative and the Aquifer Protection Program, both of which were ushered in during his time as mayor. So Howard Peak.
All right. Housing.
First thing that comes to mind when you say housing is security. And I don't mean security in like the, security alarm or police type of way. I mean physical, emotional, spiritual security. If you don't have a roof over your head, you have really nothing else. And so to me, housing is the foundation of security, economic security as well.
And I have to believe that it's hard for most of us to appreciate what that would be like.
Yeah.
We take it for granted.
Oh yeah, if you aren't experiencing it, it's almost impossible to understand the experience of someone who doesn't.
And perhaps underpinning all of these, mental health.
Yeah. Well, you may laugh, but the thing I think of when I hear mental health is the gym. I mean, to me, for me, that is my mental health regimen.
Can I share that I knew that?
You knew I was going to say that?
I kind of did, because last year when we were here doing this interview, as soon as we finished, you headed to the gym and you made a comment about going to go take care of my mental health.
Yeah.
And I remember that very clearly.
Well, it's a way I work out my stress, and it helps keep me balanced and grounded. If I didn't have it, I don't think I would be as well functioning as I am.
Well, I appreciate that, and perhaps the thing that our students should think about, everybody who's watching this, is what's your gym?
Right.
You know.
Well, and also there is a clear and concrete link between physical and mental health, as we just talked about. They're not really different. One's just more visible than the other. And so taking care of your body is also taking care of your mind. So, you know, being physically active, having some sort of, you know, physical routine is good empirically for your mental well-being.
So Mayor, let's talk about some pictures from the past 8 years, maybe not all 8 years, but SA Smart will stop on maybe some of these. I don't know if you remember this.
I do.
This is from COVID.
Yep.
COVID time, and you know, SAWS has been one of our best sponsors. Mr. Puente, the CEO of SAWS, is in this picture, and he presented with us at the virtual launch. He was also at the finals and was one of the judges, spent 3-4 hours at the finals hearing the presentations of all of our student finalists.
Yep.
I just thought that was amazing.
And he always had a messier desk than I did.
Is this where I comment that we cleaned your desk off before we did the interview? Probably. All right. Keep it moving here. So I love this slide. It's talking about a proposed solution of zero-scaping, right? Which I think overlaps with some of the comments you made earlier.
Well, yeah, this shows that they're zeroing in on real solutions that we can achieve. We pose the societal problem, and they've found ways to solve it.
I love this slide. Not every team will do a good technical analysis with numbers and formulas and actually adding up costs and thinking about the science. And that's why I picked this particular slide. It's hard to read the numbers here, but you can tell they got a table in here.
Yeah. Well, and bottom line is that those kinds of technical analyses or changes, these solutions are also somewhat affordable.
So one thing we have our finalists do is ideation. What ideas would they like to pursue next year? That's where housing and mental health came from this year. And I love this whiteboard shot. You can see the students thinking about the issues in the city.
Yeah, and you can also see how an idea can get expanded by sharing it and bring other people into it. So, you know, this is a collective concept now.
Indeed, and this, just to go back very quickly, these are the students writing the ideas down, and then these were the students doing the ideas.